You know what, honestly? Fucking honestly, playing Rocket League. Fuck all this music shit.
Donald Trump is melting down, realizing he may spend the rest of his life in prison. He wanted the trial to be delayed till 2026. It starts in a few months. And since the judge made that decision, Donald Trump has done a 180, manically posting video after video after video to Truth Social.
Truth Social.
Look at this. We are scrolling. Video after video after video after video, 31 videos in just a few hours, including some in which he says, obviously I didn't lose in Georgia. Now, again, the context here is Trump is now having to come to terms with the fact that he's going to trial in a few months. And if he's found guilty, he really may end up in prison. Unless his lawyers can come up with something. Look at some of these videos.
I easily won the great state of Georgia in 2016. Did a fantastic job as president for Georgia and the entire USA. Received 10 million more votes than I got nationwide in 2016. Got by far the most votes in history for a sitting president. But shockingly, lost Georgia. All this despite winning nearby Alabama and South Carolina in record-setting landslides. Why did Georgia officials agree to sign that horrible one-sided consent decree? Nobody to this day has figured that out.
No.
Does anybody really believe I lost Georgia? Because I don't.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is a terrified, scared to death Trump. Saying, what can I do? I've got to get some of these messages out. Maybe someone will see them and act on them in some way. Here's another one. Donald Trump attacking even his historical political allies, going after Republicans.
I hope that Republican district attorneys and attorney generals
It's attorneys general, sir.
throughout the country are closely watching the tremendous weaponization of justice that is being utilized against me. There's never been anything like it.
There's also no evidence that this is going on, but Trump is scared. Trump is panicking.
But you ought to watch, and frankly, it's an eye for an eye, or it's fight fire with fire. What they're doing to our country is amazing. So Republicans, I hope you're watching.
And that is Trump trying to weaponize Republicans against his political enemies. Trump accusing the Department of Justice of rigging the election for Crooked Joe. Trump saying we cannot let this happen again. Vlog style cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs video after video after video.
For the first time in 3 years, brave American patriots will be able, in court, to show how the presidential election of 2020 was rigged and stolen.
Remember,
Crazy, bro.
even if Trump were able to demonstrate the election was stolen, it would not actually be exculpatory to the crimes he is accused of. Does he know this? I don't know. Do his lawyers know it? Hopefully for him, they do.
For those rhinos, radical left Democrats, communists, Marxists, fascists, and others who say, don't look back, look forward.
Right.
They either do not want to reveal the answers because they got away with murder, or are fools and cowards because we know that if we don't find out the reason, it could happen again.
And again, Trump continues to be unable to name a single Marxist. We continued video after video after video. Trump then attacking Fox News, saying the debate was very lowly rated.
The debate on Fox News had a hard time with the proverbial ratings. You know what television ratings are. It's all about the ratings. It was one of the lowest ever rated in terms of debates, if not the lowest.
Right.
it showed that many of those participating are second tier. They were second tier people, people like Christie and people like Ada, I call him Ada Hutchinson, and merely pretenders to the throne. They're just pretenders to the throne. These aren't presidential people. These aren't presidential talents. Some of the answers were so bad, with delivery even worse. The numbers were less than half of what they were in a debate that I happened to participate on 2016.
So Trump attacking Fox News and attacking the other candidates. Trump also talking about his interview with Tucker Carlson. Again, he spent the entire day recording these things. He is so terrified, he's just going video after video. He talks about the United States becoming a banana republic, a term that, quite frankly, I don't know that he even understands.
America is becoming a banana republic. That's what happens when you indict and prosecute your political opponent. These are dark days in the life of America, but we're going to turn it around and make our country great again.
There you go. An inspiring and motivational speech from Donald Trump, video after video after video. Then he goes after Rupert Murdoch for being a so-called globalist.
Do it.
Fox News and the Wall Street Journal fight me because Murdoch is a globalist. That's right. Rupert Murdoch is a globalist. You don't know that. And I am America first. It's very simple. I put America first. It will always be that way, so get used to it. The sanctimonious, by the way, is done. He was a Murdoch pick, just like Jeb Bush was a Murdoch pick. How did that work out? Just like Hillary Clinton. Murdoch liked Hillary.
Hillary Clinton was a Murdoch pick. So attacking Rupert Murdoch. And again, video. We can't possibly look at all of these. Here is Trump claiming he will appeal his trial date, even though legal experts have explained trial dates are not subject to appeal.
Deranged Jack Smith and his team of thugs, who were caught going to the White House just prior to indicting the 45th president of the United States, me. And by the way, that's an absolute no-no. You're not allowed to do that. Can't go into the White House and then indict, because it shows how corrupt they are. They've been working on this witch hunt for almost 3 years, but decided to bring it not 2 years ago, not 1 year ago, but smack in the middle of crooked Joe Biden's political opponent's campaign. So they waited for 3 years, and then they decide to bring it right in the middle of my campaign, where we're leading Joe Biden and all the Republicans also by a lot. It's called election interference. Today, a biased, Trump-hating judge gave me only a 2-month extension. They worked for 3 years. Just what our corrupt government wanted. That's what they wanted. It comes out the day before Super Tuesday. You know what Super Tuesday is? Super Tuesday is the most important day, most important primary day. It's a big percentage of the vote. So the judge said you have to start the day before Super Tuesday. We will appeal, and we will win that appeal.
There is no process for appealing your court date. Again, legal experts saying Trump's not making any sense whatsoever. We're not going to look at all of these. Again, I'm skipping over a bunch of them, but 31 videos in a few hours. This is a terrified man. I have expressed significant skepticism that Trump is going to do even a day in prison. But it is an undeniable reality that if you are Trump, even if you think I'll probably get out of this, you know that there's a chance you could end up in prison. And at Trump's age, and based on what are we up to, 90 or so different felony counts, almost any appropriate sentence for the crimes accused would be a life sentence for Trump. He's terrified. And we will see if he shows up to the next debate on the idea that winning may be how he prevents himself from ending up in prison, if he determines debating would be good for him, which doesn't seem clear at all. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. I hope you'll be with us for that next debate. So much 2024 coverage over the next 14 months will eventually get us to what is the direction of this country after January of 2025. And the answers are dramatically different depending on the outcome of this primary. I love my Helix sleep mattress. I've been sleeping on Helix mattresses for years now, which is why I asked them to be a sponsor. You actually take their famous sleep quiz, takes just a few minutes to answer questions about your sleep preferences, body type, sleep position, whether you have back pain, and Helix will match you with a mattress that's perfect for you, which is really unique and helpful because a lot of people don't know where to start when buying a mattress. I certainly didn't. Their newest collection of mattresses, called Helix Elite, come with a built-in Glacio. Trump's lawyer is risky. you can end up disbarred, or like John Eastman, you can end up indicted. He did everything right, and somehow they indicted him.
I did everything right, and they indicted me.
One piece of advice that lawyers often give clients is if you've been indicted for something, don't go on TV and talk about that same something. But that is exactly what John Eastman did. In this second part of his interview with Fox News propagandist Laura Ingraham, John Eastman shows up and talks about exactly what he was trying to do with his memo and with delaying the certification of the election. He seems to admit to crimes in this interview. I'm going to be speaking for the first time, maybe not the last time, we'll see how it goes, with Dennis Prager. Many of you may know him from PragerU, from his radio program. He had a conversation not too long ago with our friend Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks. Dennis, welcome. It's great to speak to you today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Just to start, and this can be so quick and then we move on, just as a sort of sanity check, I've started to ask guests in this year, last year, the following question. Is there any way to accurately say that Donald Trump won the 2020 election? Just a simple answer if there is one, and if not, it's fine for you to explain further.
So I have a relatively simple answer, and
love
I've given it from the election day to this day.
Yes, sir.
I am agnostic, which has satisfied neither the left nor the right.
Okay.
My colleagues on the right want me to say it was stolen, and people on the left want me to say we are certain it wasn't stolen.
Well, and half of the right also wants you to say that, right?
Half of the right wants me to, I wouldn't say half. I would say most people on the right believe it was stolen or that there was a good chance it was.
Wow.
I don't know what that gains us, but it's fair that you ask. See, it's funny. You regard that as a sanity check.
I do.
So, okay, so let me offer my sanity check.
Please.
Do you believe that men who say they're women can compete with women in women's sports?
I think in a lot of sports
with
that
the
does not make
agnostic.
sense.
So how do you...
Was that the answer you expected? Because you did a little bit of a look to the side there. Did you think I was
No, I
going
didn't look to the side because I took off my earphones.
Understood, sir.
Oh,
I realized that I don't need them.
Save.
But this is a
Prager,
different topic, Dennis.
with the save.
I'm sorry?
It's a different topic. Do we want to close on the election first?
Oh, well, you said you just wanted to ask that question for a sanity check.
checks, yeah.
Okay, and you're
Okay,
agnostic is the answer.
Yeah. So
You
I am
just don't know.
agnostic because so many things happened that were odd or unique. Like it was the first time that a president had ever, an incumbent president had ever gotten more votes than he did in his first election and lost. That all the swing states went in his favor. That 17 of the 18 counties that are considered bellwether counties went in his favor. Those who think something bad happened are not out of their minds.
Okay, I mean, we don't have to make this the subject of the conversation, but things sometimes happen for the first time. I guess the question I would ask as a follow-up would be,
Boom.
did you see compelling evidence from any one state that suggests that Joe Biden lost it even though
Hit him
he
with
was
the
given the
tiptoe,
win? Is there a
Prager.
single state where you feel confident it was stolen?
Georgia might be one of them. Pennsylvania might be one. And of course people say, because I love to have people I differ with on my show. And so I read the left. I only wish the left read the right as much as I read the left.
Well, I try to, but what evidence was there in Georgia?
You probably do. I think if you do, you're atypical. But in any event,
Yeah. What's the Georgia
I'm
evidence?
told all the time that courts dismissed all these cases. That's
God.
true.
Oh my God.
But that's the
bro.
tragedy. See, if I were an America-loving Democrat, and there are 11 America-loving Democrats, and there are America-hating Democrats. There are both. But there are America-loving Democrats. If I were one, I would say, please, let us air all of these complaints.
Yeah.
Let us have some type, as close as we can, to some neutral authority. Not rule on it. Just allow the American public to hear what evidence there might be. And I'll add another thing. If one believes, and I'd love you to respond to this.
Yeah.
If one believes that Donald Trump is a neo-Nazi fascist.
Something I've never said, but we could maybe find someone who believes that, yeah.
Well, okay. I believe you haven't said it, but it's not germane to my argument, whether you said it or not. It's said often that he is a fascist. Excuse me. That he is a fascist is constantly said on the left, and so if you believe that, aren't you morally bound to cheat on his behalf? For example, if I were in Germany in 1932 during the elections that brought Hitler to power, I tell you, I would have cheated on behalf of any other party
this dude's like, I'm a hero.
than Hitler's party.
Yeah.
Aren't you morally bound to cheat if you believe the man is a fascist?
You'd have to ask someone who believes that. I don't know. I mean, I think, listen, we only have a half hour and we're 5 minutes in.
Yeah, so look, well, let's talk about
I think what I would say is the audience can judge. Is there evidence out of Georgia that's convincing to them? Is your answer to, did Trump win, logical to them in any way? Let's let the audience decide on this section of the conversation. Fair. I'm really interested in talking to you about woke, anti-woke, cultural issues, etc. Now, you and I could pick one thing, like cat litter boxes in bathrooms, or
what a team.
Quote, men and women's sports, or drag shows, or whatever, and we could just talk about that for 25 minutes. But I want to zoom out a little bit because you've been in this for a while, and I've been following many of the things you've said about these issues. Here's my curiosity. If you look at polling, if you're going to just reject polling, then we'll talk about that. But let's assume that we have some polling that tells us something that is relatively close to what the country believes. Record support for same-sex marriage today. Record number of people saying, I'm moving away from religion. Highest in the Roe v. Wade era of the country says abortion should be legal in most cases. 60% says we haven't gone far enough on making trans people feel welcome. Okay, I could go on, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Do you feel as though this is a lost cause and the country has clearly gone in a different direction from where you would like to see it? Or what do you think might happen that would turn around this 30, 40-year trend of moving to the left culturally that I believe we are seeing in the polls?
There's no question we're moving to the left culturally. The first thing people have to do is recognize reality. You may or may not be happy with it. Just parenthetically, I just did an hour of hours that are not politics, and
Sure.
and it was about a subject because I'm writing a commentary on the Bible, and I'm finished.
Commentary on the Bible.
Or is everything God's will? I'm a deep believer in God. And of course, I believe there's bad luck because that's reality. If you get a kidney stone, and I use that example, I don't believe God placed the kidney stone in your kidney. I believe that it was your crappy luck that you got a kidney stone.
But let me just dig it, not to interrupt, but I want to make sure we know what you mean by luck.
That's dark shit. Fuck all that. Fuck all of that. I gotta turn this mic off. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Chain one. Does it ever make you say it again? That was 7 summers ago. And I was on the way you're turning you by yourself thinking about that boy released Tennessee. And I know no better but we just left forever in that 7 summers ago. I saw the cover we done is young and old. And we used to the river and dipping on HD ass can't even fucking.
Do you mean by, let's imagine the prevalence of kidney stones is 2%, just for hypothetical for our conversation. God created a world in which there's a 2% prevalence of kidney stones. You had the bad luck to be in the 2%. Is that what you're
Correct.
saying?
That's correct. That's
okay. Now, why did God create the kidney stones to begin with?
Because God did not create perfect nature. I mean, trees can fall, avalanches can happen.
Okay.
It is our task to fight cancer and to be able to live with avalanches.
Got it.
The human being wanted to leave the Garden of Eden. That's my take on the story. We rather live in a free universe than in a perfect universe. Okay. But I'm glad you went to theology with me. Anyway, the only reason I raised this is I am not happy to acknowledge the power of bad luck or good luck, but it is the reality. I am not happy that 45% of young Americans say, according to Pew, that they believe in free speech but not for hate speech. It shows you how incoherent young people's thinking is, that they don't understand that the whole point of free speech is to allow speech that you can't stand. Okay, I'm a Jew. If you don't think the Holocaust happened, you're a liar, you are sick, you are perverted, but you are allowed to say it. By the way, you're not allowed in most European countries. You can be in prison for denying the Holocaust.
Yeah, and to be clear, I'm a Jew as well, and I believe exactly what you just said.
I believe you.
Okay.
I had a feeling you would, but just know your side is as opposed to free speech, as more opposed than ever any segment of Americans has ever been. We are living through the greatest crisis of free speech in American history. That poll is an example. Here's another one.
Okay.
25% of Americans aged 40 and over have never been married, as opposed to 8% in 1980. We went from 8 to 25% in 40 years.
Can we talk about that one a little more? That one
Sure.
I find interesting. I'm not 40, but I'm in a long-term relationship. I have a baby. I'm not married. It's a conscious decision I've made evaluating what is marriage in 2023. Is that the sort of contract I'm interested in? Do I need that to mediate my relationship with my girlfriend? Are there protections that I find necessary? I don't know that for me and for so many other people I know that are probably in the group you're sort of describing here, I don't know that it's any kind of moral commentary or a commentary on the nature of relationships, but more about, for most of human history, this sort of contract didn't exist. There was a period where it peaked. I think it was the 50s or 60s or 70s. It seems to be in decline. It's sort of a blip. I don't know that it's that indicative of the broader point you're trying to make, Dennis.
It's funny you should say this. I went to a wedding last Sunday night, and my wife just spoke to the woman who got married.
Yeah.
And they had lived together for about 4 years. And she said, everything feels different. And I always explain to people, you use the word girlfriend. So you'll just have to take my word for it.
Please.
That you would be conveying a very different image of yourself and your relationship if you said my wife.
I agree.
Oh, okay. I think that is a worthy commitment that human beings should make. I would like you have a child, I believe.
Yes, indeed.
I would like your child to believe mommy and daddy are husband and wife, not just boyfriend and girlfriend. It's better for the kid, better for you, and better for the world.
But why do you think then that this marriage thing was the sort of more prevalent status for such a tiny blip in human history, and now it's already diminishing?
Well, I mean, the Bible was written 3,000 years ago and everybody got married. I don't know why you call it a blip in history. It's universal. People got married in virtually every civilization.
Well, so if we consider modern humanity 250,000 years, for most of time, humans were not getting married.
All right. Look, if I can't talk about pre-Stone Age or pre Bronze Age man.
Okay, fair.
Okay, since the Bronze Age, people have gotten married, and you know what? We've done better.
Oh,
By
that's a
every
fact,
metric,
dude.
marriage makes a better person and a better world.
Yeah, what I see is commitment between two parents and probably economic stability are really the ideal circumstances. But I think I don't want to get away from your broad recognizing the reality.
Oh, and I'm fighting it because uh, I I believe that graduating high school, getting a job, and getting a that is almost the perfect
Mm.
recipe for a better life.
But going more broad on, you're 75, you've been at this for a while. It's simply being lost, or let me ask it in a different way. What catalyst do you think might happen that might turn this thing around so that the so-called kind of anti-woke side wins or resurges?
Well, it's a great question, and I don't have a perfect answer. I do think that the chaos of the trans movement, that people support the removal of girls' breasts when they're 18 or even sometimes younger, or boys getting castrated because they say they're girls. This has alarmed a fair number of people, even on your side of the spectrum. You realize this is madness. We have gone out of our minds, and I know why we've gone out of our minds. I don't think you would agree with my analysis, but it is in. I could put it to you in one sentence. It is a quote attributed to G.K. Chesterton, but we can't verify he said it. I'm only saying that because I didn't come up with this.
Okay.
When people stop believing in God, they don't believe in nothing.
I got distracted.
They
by the
believe in
fucking-
anything.
Oh
And
man.
this trans movement is the
we gotta
proof.
come to Jesus.
I said on
Stop
Bill
being
Maher's
trans.
show 4 years ago,
Yeah.
right before you saw that, it's gone viral.
I saw it.
He said, oh, Trump lies. I said, it doesn't compare to the lies of the left. America's systemically racist and men menstruate. And he cracked up, the whole audience cracked up, and the whole panel cracked up. They were all laughing at me. And Bill Maher said, this is why it's gone viral. There are like 10 million views of this particular scene, where he says, Dennis, where'd you come up with that one? And that was 2019, of the fall of 2019. And people go, what are you, nuts? Who says men menstruate? Within 2 years, if you denied men menstruate, you were considered transphobic.
Well, listen, I mean, I'm glad to have, I'm going to be honest. I don't know that this is the most interesting thing for us to talk about. But that being said, I have said very clearly, there are some areas, if we just say the world of trans issues, there are some areas where I feel quite confident. Like, for example, when it comes to bathrooms, I was just in Spain. Beautiful country, terrific seafood. I recommend it to you, Dennis. The bathrooms are just gender neutral. There's a sink there and a bunch of stalls, and people cross in the sink to wash their hands, and you use the stall you want. Everything's fine. The bathroom issue, I genuinely do not care about, even when they are organized the way they are in the United States. Another example that really just does not seem like an issue to me. People want to be addressed by a different pronoun. I'm going to guess based on what I see, and if I get it wrong, I'm not insulting anyone. If someone tells me otherwise, I'll kind of just do my best. We can kind of negotiate these things. On some of this stuff, like a talking point I'm hearing a lot is so many trans people who go through gender affirming care regret it. And that's a sign that something is very wrong. When I research it, it seems it's under 1% that express regret. And for some of that 1%, it's temporary. So I'm ambiguous about what is the right thing to do in some of these areas. I'm open to hearing from you to the extent that I judge you to be a good faith participant in the conversation. I don't know the answer. With some sports, it seems pretty clear that there is an advantage to being biologically male at birth. It seems unfair in those cases to arrange it in a certain way. In others, it doesn't seem to make much of a difference. So I think that I am very open-minded on this,
Just curious. It's not even a challenge.
Yeah.
Name me a sport where there is women sports where it doesn't make a difference.
Chess.
Well, apparently it does, interestingly. I was just reading that the International Chess Federation, whatever the name of the group is,
Yeah.
noted that men did play chess better, generally speaking. By the way, if you're right, and I have no agenda here,
Yeah.
then there should not be women's chess.
Right. So this chess is an
The
interesting
very
one
fact
because
that it exists
Right.
suggests that there is an advantage to separating the sexes.
my
so that
understanding is, and again, I think we're both trying to learn here. My understanding is the reason that the women's chess division was originally created was not enough young girls were participating
Okay,
because
fair enough, but it's
yeah.
not a physical sport anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not a sport.
No, I
We
mean, listen, I don't
chess
know.
is- all right. So that you, all right, no, but you said where it doesn't matter, but if it doesn't matter, there would be no reason for women's whatever it is, track, field, weightlifting, tennis, but apparently there is a difference. A male who said he's a female won in Canada 2 weeks ago, and he not only set records in the women's division, and I am saying he because I think he's a fraud.
Okay.
And a narcissist for hurting women like this. He lifted 250 pounds more than the first place woman.
Right.
I know you don't think that's fair,
No.
but on your side, the entire LGBTQ movement is unanimous in saying you're transphobic if you think that is wrong.
So, I mean, listen, a couple of examples. Equestrian, right? I mean, it's physical. You're riding a horse. A lot of it has to do with the horse. If biological men who tend to be heavier want to compete against women, it doesn't seem like a major problem. Sailing is physical. You have to dominate the sail as you are being pushed around by wind. Bowling, I believe, is gender segregated. I don't know that it needs to be. I mean, darts is another example. I mean, these are just some examples.
Right. So wherever it made a difference, you'd be opposed to it. So you are transphobic according to your side.
Okay.
Please not understand that.
Well, but I think the point that I'm trying to make to you is that there are many people on my side that are taking my view and sort of trying to figure out something that is admittedly not completely figured out yet. It seems incorrect to cast us as.
It's figured out in most cases. I mean, it's figured out for racing, for track, for weightlifting, for tennis.
Yeah.
It's pretty universally. I don't like it. And as I said, if there's no difference whatsoever, it is silly to have men's and women's sports.
Fair, yeah, and so you just listed a couple examples. I gave you 5. Fine. Sports is one aspect of this. Where are you on something like bathrooms, for example, and bathroom usage? Do you want like a genitalia check, or what are you looking for?
I think that an elementary school, for example, where a boy says I'm a girl,
Yep.
and would be exposed in front of the girls as they are in the case now of college swim. Meets where if a guy says he's a girl, he is. Leah Thomas exposed his penis to the girls on the Penn.
But Dennis,
swim.
I hate to interrupt. First said kids. In college, they're adults, right? So which are you talking about?
Right, both.
Oh.
So I'll start. I'm just giving an example of where it does occur.
Okay. With adults.
I think that here, your anatomy should dictate in elementary school which bathroom you go to.
In elementary school.
Ideally,
Okay.
by the way, I have no problem if when there is a unisex bathroom with one stall, anybody goes in.
Yeah.
That's I have on occasion where there is one stall. I have gone into the women's bathroom if I really had to go to a restaurant,
Wow.
and it was a little nothing thing with just one toilet.
Sure.
So I recommended to women to go into the men's because if my table was near the bathroom. So
Very genteel of you.
I'm sorry.
No, I said that's very genteel of you. I'm sure the
No, it's
women
not
appreciate it.
genteel. It's just common sense. I'm a big believer in common sense.
But so elementary school, it's a
But yes,
genitalia.
your anatomy should dictate which bathroom you go to in elementary school. Yes.
Okay. And then in any other scenario, should it also?
So, if it involves exposure of your genitalia, it should be dictated by anatomy. If it does not involve exposure of your genitalia, look, as I say this tongue in cheek, but it's true. If a man exposes himself to women or a woman, and she has not asked to see it, he's arrested. But where if he says I'm a woman, then she could be arrested if she complains. It's a little weird our situation. Why can't decent people just say, look, women are not aching to see most men's penises. Therefore, if I say I'm a woman, I will not expose myself in front of women, even though I think I'm a woman. Why can't someone be that decent?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I don't ever see any genitalia in bathrooms in general. You know, like what is the
That's
exposition?
right. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yes, I understand that.
So that's not a problem for you, then?
Theoretically, a man says he's a woman and he enters a stall and nobody sees anything, then why would anybody complain?
Yeah, listen, that sounds reasonable to me. That sounds eminently reasonable what you're saying. We can talk about these other scenario.
The battle is way, way higher.
Yeah.
The battle is what we call so-called gender care. The removal, by the way, the 2% or under 1%, whatever you said, of the transitioners. I believe it's as close to a pure lie. You're not telling me. I know you read it. I read it too. There's no doubt in my mind it's a lie. There's a lot of lying on a lot of these issues because people feel if they have a humane agenda, they don't have to tell the truth.
Well, no, listen, I mean,
I have proof of this. Virtually every European country has stopped this care for minors. It has ended. England has ended it. Sweden has ended it. Denmark has ended it. Norway has ended it. And that's only the ones I know by heart.
so here's my concern about
We
this.
and Canada. I really apologize.
No, that's okay.
We and Canada are the worst countries on earth in terms of what we can do to minors if they say that they are the other sex.
I don't have that data in front of me, but let's just assume it's not even germane to the next part I want to go with this. Here's my thought on this. I also am not 100% on some elements of this type of care for minors. I still am learning more and doing my research. One of the problems I'm having with some of the claims that are made by those who I would colloquially say are on your side, I know not everybody agrees on everything, is that when I research some of the claims, they are lies. Like, for example, this is super specific. This guy, Matt Walsh, went on Joe Rogan's podcast and said that prepubescent girls are getting their breasts chopped off. Now, let's put aside for a second that prepubescent girls essentially don't have breasts. Let's put that biological reality aside for a second. And when Joe said how many, he said it was like millions or something. There was like 900 people over the last 6 years or something like that. When I see such blatant distortions about what is happening, it's hard to believe that these folks are operating.
I have no comment except to say your point strikes me as rather valid. How can a prepubescent girl have her breast removed when so few can get breasts?
It sounds weird.
That is what puberty brings with the transformation of breasts. But, so I will actually ask Matt. I know everybody at Daily Wire. I will ask him because it's hard to imagine that he would have said that. I'm not saying that you're acting in bad faith. A lot of things are misheard, or maybe he misspoke. But it shouldn't be happening. If a kid says to a parent, a 10-year-old, okay, I'll take a 10, I'll take 12, it doesn't matter. Mom, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. Mom, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy.
Yep.
The reaction of a sane and decent society is, my darling, nature made you a boy. Or, if they believe in God, God made you a boy. Or both, God and nature. You are not a girl, you are a boy. And we're going to get you killed. Obviously, there are other things going on in your life, which is almost always the case in these kids' lives. And look, how do you explain the 1,000% increase in trans kids in the last 5 years? It's a social phenomenon. It's not a medical phenomenon.
Well, I think that's sort of, I have an answer for that, and it relates to the same question of where did all these gay people come from 15 years ago?
The gay people have not increased.
My understanding is that folks who say in surveys, I am gay, it hasn't. I don't have the data in front of me. I don't have the data in front of me. Okay.
I have no doubt about that. But gay men have not increased. Gay men, it's fixed. There's a certain percentage of males who will never be attracted to a female. It's sort of fixed in any given generation.
Okay. On the first point, it's interesting to me to hear you say, if the 10-year-old said that, hey, we're going to get you some help, it sounds like you're talking about therapy. Every medical professional I've spoken to about this says the first line here exploring this is therapy. So it does sound like you agree with the start of the path that has been established.
Yeah, but all of their, you can't even, I believe that their therapists would lose their license as a therapist if they say to a girl, I want to help you work out peace with the sex that you are.
I'm not aware of that. I have to plead ignorance because I just don't know that. I know lots of therapists. None of them have mentioned that that's part of it.
All right, ask all the therapists you know.
I will.
And not as a challenge.
Yeah, no, I'm curious.
Can a therapist say to a 12-year-old, you, in fact, you're a girl, and I'm going to help you work through your acceptance of that?
Fair.
Can a therapist say that?
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out. My stepmom supervises 12 therapists, and I will find out what's going on, at least in one state. Dennis, I know you've got to run, and we're almost out of time. One just very last political thing. I'm curious. In 2016, you had said Trump was unfit to be a presidential candidate, let alone president. You've since, I've seen you endorse and defend many of his actions as president. What changed?
So I'm glad you mentioned that, so people should know he was my last choice among all the Republican candidates for the nomination.
Yeah.
But once he was nominated, I believe, and we can obviously do this in a part 2 if you'd like, I believe that it is very important for the left not to have power because there's no example in history of the left, not liberals, they always make a distinction between left and liberal, where they have not suppressed dissent. This is a...
Almost.
My greatest fear is the suppression of free speech because that ends everything. So if a Republican is nominated, I will support him. He turned out to be, in my opinion, a superb president. I'm not a fan of his. By the way, it's a big distinction. I wrote 25 years ago in my book I did in 1998. It's called Adultery in Politicians, an essay I wrote. I don't care if a politician committed adultery. I see no linkage between fidelity and being a good president or a good senator. I am quite consistent on dividing between the macro and the micro in a public figure. King David not only committed adultery, and he's a hero of the Bible, he not only committed adultery, he had the guy killed so he could sleep with his wife.
Okay.
And that's pretty bad.
That may or may not resonate with some of the audience, but so in other words, you're
Oh,
still.
no, it's not a matter of resonating. I only make this point. No, my fight on this issue is not with the left. It's actually with many on the right who think that adultery disqualifies you from being a good leader. So I don't believe most people on the left think if you
It's back to the one. Is that
Yeah,
what
I mean, I
it
certainly don't
is?
believe that.
Right. So ironically, it should resonate with your audience.
Hey, if you had your choice of everybody running on the Republican side right now, you knew whoever you picked would be president, who would you pick?
So I'm actually happy with a fair number of them, to be honest.
Dude, I think I gotta do
Larry
that
Elder
with
had
a
been on the
base.
stage, I think the RNC has cheated him, and that bothers me. I know Larry, if people heard him and saw him, they would just blow away at his erudition, knowledge, and brilliance. And if Larry were president, I would stand for my word.
Okay. Of the ones that are running and made the debate stage.
Yeah, I don't have one single favorite. I really like virtually every one of them. I don't like Christmas.
Wow, that's the one guy I think is saying.
I'm sure you do, because he hates Trump.
Hey, look, Dennis, I'm gonna let you go, but one last thing, just because of who you are, I have to have you weigh in on this. But when it comes to corned beef, do you go lean or do you tell them just give me the fat pieces as well?
Yes, actually, it's funny you should ask, because I'm on a pretty rigid diet now, which doesn't allow for carbs, and they want me to have the fat.
Oh, do that.
Yes, fat is, the government screwed up Americans with their chart on having grains a lot and fat a little.
Uh-oh.
Fat is not bad for people. It's actually in many ways good for people.
Well,
So,
saturated
fair
fat,
question.
you know.
All right, so you go lean, I think.
I just
Oh,
don't
all right, so I have one final word for you. You get married.
A tender of fish.
Even a fish.
Okay, fair enough. All right, very good. Even though she's only half Jewish, have to admit.
I don't like
You would still do it very good. All right, Dennis Prager allowing us to bridge the gap between left and right issues on some issues. I do really appreciate it. Thank you.
No, fuck. What? I don't know what I'm on, but I love it. It's insane. Why can't I do this? Why can't I fucking... F. Okay. Stupid, 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 stupid. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh wait, actually, I have to turn this one on. Okay. question. Is any of it useful? I'm such dog shit, bro. I'm fucking dog shit at this. I suck dick at this. What's supposed to sound like I don't know it, but maybe the last ones are okay. Hey. There goes snare clap. Cause it's better. I'm a fucking idiot. Like, why isn't that one getting louder? I have to record that other one because it's really bad. Bro, I've been using this hi-hat on everything. Gotta make this one louder. See, it sounds so off. Oh my god, I fucking play the guitar so bad. Jesus fuck. Why, what, dude, why do I even fucking bother? Alright, where? Starting to sound a little better with the drums. This is exposing me. Excuse me. There's no jazz bass. Fucking figure this one out, cause it's not coming to me, bitch. It's not coming to me. Fuck all of that. Let's fucking. I have two things on guitar. I'm a genius. They're different. I will rename them. Fuck you. Let's go. can get into it. I could have sworn there was a way to do it. There is a way to do it. Hold on, because there is a fucking way to do it. Oh, I need to fucking. Jesus fucking Christ. That's what I need.
So you're in FL Studio recording the best thing you've ever played. Or so you thought.
Oh, I'm such a shit.
Never fear. Click on Tools, dump score log to select the pattern, choose a length.
Tools. Just gotta find where I was. Okay, well, I gotta. Fuck. Alright. I'll be right back. Well, first, I actually want to put these chords in. A minor. Super fucking complicated, intricate chord progression that nobody's ever done before, okay? It's literally never, ever been done like that before, right? You've never seen this chord progression in your fucking life, bro. Fuck you. Repound. I did fuck that one up though. A lot. Not that much, I guess. Okay, I kind of like this one. Kind of need a different. kind of do want to listen to all of it though, because I think some of it might be useful. Actually, I think for the most part it's gonna be this. questions, you know? Because I could just... This is a whole different song right now. Bitch, what the fuck is going on with this shit? Got up to what we even fucking on. So the bigger even fucking I don't know, there's another let it burn, it doesn't want to stop. I know there's something don't say. Wait, let's auto key this again. Yeah, see? Oh, not adjusted. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. 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 Fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck about you. Yeah, bitch. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's we don't even fuck the guitars. It's a little, you know, transition, baby. See, but now actually the drums are. See, so you're like, woo. I need another layer though, for sure. can I make this shit come in harder? Bitch, what the fuck is this? I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna put an F major and see what happens. See what happens. Still kinda sucks, but I know it's nothing new. Maybe soon is something new. I got nothing for this song, but it sounds so funny. Him and me, I can listen to the me. Scoop, scoop, scoop. It's a journey. It's like, bro, we do not end where you think we're gonna end. Maybe shouldn't do it. I'll tell you what. Potential improvement, and it will be a great benefit to your channel. For better clarity, this is me on my Discord. My username is Jasper J0664 _ 5046. Hey, if there was more shit in the chat, I had to sing it right now. But there ain't shit in the chat, so I'm not singing shit right now. I haven't even saved this. I don't have to save this. What do I call it? Nope. Nope. Come on. Damn it. Voek. Fuck it. Voek. Fucking Voek. Voek. We're 3 hours into this stream, bitch. I wanna hear this again. Maybe it's trash. speed up to you. Don't know what I think it's just something to do. That way it sounds good, no matter what, matter what. I don't know what you're doing to me, but I don't wanna do it. Don't wanna know what's wrong, don't wanna know what I'm doing, and I think you're the one. I don't wanna yeah. Thanks, baby, for falling down the stairs. I don't really care. Yes, I do, it's cute. Rent is due, it seems. Dear man, what is preventing you from doing this? I don't really know what I think I can. Never really could. So I roll again. Never roll again. Don't know why I think it. Oh, this year is 2023, man. Picture. It's Scorsese in the same year. What about Suicide Squad? That's the how things. Think about this picture while I don't feel orange juice. Oh, it's empty, her stupid eyes. These DMs are from, these are the DMs I get from guys. I just noticed your Abby looks like a frog trying to hold her. I made her open. What the fuck? That's actually hilarious. It kinda does look like that. I found your house. It looks like a clown. Somebody play Mitch McConnell BNYXB to wrap this up. I didn't think it was gonna mess me up, but it fucking messed me up. Don't know what his way. His redemption arc will be the greatest in cinema. Homelander is not Omni-Man. He's absolutely 500% not redeemable. Omni-Man is also not that redeemable. What the fuck are you on about? That guy is fucking crazy. I'm ready for season 2. Invincible you. Invincible you. Should've named this song Invincible you. And we're gonna wrap it up now. We're gonna get out of here. It's a whole fucking thing. Drums aren't loud enough, but they need to be. Oh my god. It's just all pictures now. There's barely any tweets. It's crazy. It's actually so fucking weird. Twitter just became like every other content thingy. It was in its own space, and now it's just another piss trough of content. Yeah, see? Yeah, nah. That's haphazard. I'll do that one point. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up now. We're gonna get out of here. It's a whole fucking thing. Drums aren't loud enough, but then. Wait, I have to reset. Invincible you, bro. No, dude. There's gotta be a way to rename these, bro. This is like, it's fucking ridiculous. See, like. And before we fucking ruin my whole motherfucking existence and I want to kill myself. Like 3 times, so. Content. Fuck all that. I don't know what to put on. I don't even want to put anything on, bro. Oh, fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Not here. You know why? Because this is fucking America. We're free over here, motherfuckers. Don't try me. Don't fucking try me. If they try me, I say,
Why are you gay?
okay. Refresh. I hate algorithms, bro. Show me something you don't think I want to see, you know? It's fucking oh, dude, Pac-Man's live too right now? Oh no, he's just premiering a video. Oh my god, it's taking forever.
So apparently, randomly, both Vivek Ramaswamy and Pete Buttigieg have sort of compared them politically as like Vivek being like the Republican Pete for a variety of reasons. Apparently, they were both at the same hardball college tour event in 2004 and got selected to ask questions when they were, you know, in college or just out of college or whatever. This is why the internet is so beautiful that these clips just emerged. Let's take a listen to young Vivek and young Pete asking their questions here.
Reverend Sharpton, hello, I'm Vivek, and I want to ask you, last week on the show we had Senator Kerry, and this week, and the week before we had Senator Edwards, and my question for you is, of all the Democratic candidates out there, why should I vote for the one with the least political experience?
Well, you shouldn't.
Oh,
because
man.
I have the most political experience.
Oh, dude, no way. If there was one question he shouldn't have asked.
I got involved in the political
Oh, my God.
movement
That's
when I was
funny.
12 years old. And I've been involved in social policy for the last 30 years.
Qué
So don't
chistoso.
confuse people that have a job with political experience. Whoever.
Congressman, why are you the only presidential candidate not attending tomorrow's youth-oriented Rock the Vote forum? And do you think young people's votes matter in your campaign?
They matter a lot. That's why I'm here tonight.
So Sagar corrected me. They were not at literally the
Yeah.
same event. They were there a week apart.
Yes.
Okay. One was asking Reverend Sharpton, obviously, there a question. Vivek's question is also funny because he's asking, why should I vote for someone with no political experience when
Yes.
obviously he has no elected experience? I
Well,
actually
he should
thought-
copy Al Sharpton.
I thought Sharpton
sir.
gave a pretty
Yeah.
good answer there, to be
Yes.
honest with you.
I can't stand Al Sharpton in you, and that was a decent answer.
Now I am not saying this,
Yeah,
Sagar, but
okay.
many are saying that this is proof that both of them are CIA.
Oh,
now,
wow.
many are saying, I'm not saying it, I'm just reporting to you what others on the internet are saying.
I
about
think
this.
I'm somewhat more sympathetic
Boy.
because what I read in the two of them is that they were
Boy.
deep political nerds, and I was a political nerd, just like them, who also attended said political events when I was 21 years
Yeah,
old. So,
I'm-
you know, I
I
get
heard
it
that,
at a certain
yeah.
level. It was a crazy time, Crystal. It was November 2003. We just invaded Iraq. 9/11. Shit was wild, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like you want to go to an event and you want to make your voice heard. I will say, Rock the Vote, my God, like what a cringeworthy effort in order to get young people to vote. Do you remember that
Of
entire
course
thing?
I remember it,
Oh my
yeah.
God, it was horrible. That's up there with like the DARE campaign and stuff that should have remained
Yo.
in the 2000s.
I
Dare is goated, bro. That's why I never smoked, never did anything.
have an affection for it,
I
a
don't know.
nostalgic affection for it.
There's like West Wing episodes about how like rock the vote, like that's how you. Anyway, there's so much more to say about that. Rock the vote. As a former Rock the Vote T-shirt owner, I should know. I don't know exactly where that went. Probably should have died. The point is, I think with these two is that you can see deep political ambition,
done.
interest, and all that very, very early
Oh,
on
yeah.
in their careers. And I think that's probably one of the fairest critiques that always was of Pete Buttigieg, of Ramaswamy, and others is that people find those who are so politically ambitious at such an early age honestly repellent. I mean, I went to George Washington University. Everybody like. Including me. That's it, dude. Going back and looking back at myself, you got to be honest. You have to be self-reflective, kind of about who you are and where you fall. And it's one of those where most people don't want it. Most people do not want a politician to be the guy who wanted to be student council vice president when they were like 14 years old.
Yeah.
And it's just very clear.
true.
Like that's what these two guys did. I will say it is kind of interesting the two paths that they took because Ramaswamy eventually not only went to law school but became a biotech entrepreneur and is a near billionaire. Where Buttigieg took the much more like traditional path of the PMC, served in Afghanistan, like went over there for like 6 Navy reserves, like all that other stuff. He did much more of a traditional like box check for a Democratic politician, moved back to his small home in a very benevolent move, became the mayor, all of that, where Vivek, it almost seems like took a U-turn. He like went into the business world, made more money, made enough money for the rest of his entire life, many other lifetimes, and then came back to politics, which seemed to be like
Although
his
for
first love.
Republicans, that would be more of a traditional
Right.
path
But I
through
don't
the
know if he
business.
went down biotech lane because he wanted to be in politics. He probably is just like, he probably just wanted to make a ton of money, which is fine.
Clearly, I
Yeah.
mean, clearly both a lot of
Right.
ambition from an early
Oh,
age.
yeah.
Your point,
Yeah.
reminds me of a comment that Steve Bannon actually made, I think, about Marco Rubio a while ago that I thought was very evocative. He's like, Trump is different because he wasn't like Marco Rubio with his hair blow dried in his briefcase at the RNC when he's 15 years old. And that's kind of the vibe you get from both of these guys at the event. It is also interesting to chart their like political trajectory. Pete, by all accounts, when he was young, was actually more of like a Bernie Sanders social democrat. And then because of the path of ambition within the Democratic Party leads you to being just like a dyed-in-the-wool neoliberal, that's where he ends up. And then Vivek is, I don't know what his political path has been. It seems like he was kind of a liberal at that time, and then he becomes a really hard libertarian, and now he's adopted like social conservatism and is more of a traditional conservative, but also still holds these very hard libertarian values in terms of economics, especially with regards to the Fed and monetary policy and things like that. He's very much like a Ron Paul guy with regard to the Fed. So in any case, it's funny that they were both there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I really don't know what to say other than it's like it's a pretty clear look into how a lot of these people are. And a lot of politicians are like this. Joe Biden, is one of those guys. Always wanted to be president. Bill, it's like a red flag. And sometimes when you look back, anyone who's obsessed with student government, what's his name? Bill Clinton was president of, I believe it was Georgetown freshman class. He was like student body president.
Yeah.
There, so the ambition is deep.
People
within a lot of
really,
these people.
they really prefer candidates that it feels like, even if it's not true, that it feels like they were like dragged to power. It is a uncomfortable feeling to look at someone and be like, oh, from the moment that you were aware, you were like envisioning yourself taking the oath of office in the mirror, But I think the reality for almost all these people is that they've had these navigating to try to figure out where they should land to get there.
The every guy thing is so important. That's one of the. It was a real. I think about it a lot in terms of the 2004 race where W famously. I'm not sure if he ever won student body president, but I think he was the social chair of his fraternity at Yale, and it was like the. Kerry, who, look, again, Kerry was like lusting after power from very early on. He was obsessed with the fact that he had the same letters as JFK, turned himself into a Vietnam anti-war activist. I'm not putting down service, but he very clearly used it for his political afterwards whenever he returned. And it's like that, the two contrasts to America, it was very clear.
Yeah.
They like the I want to have a beer
But
vibe.
I mean, ironically, George W. Bush was a Bush.
Yeah.
His family had raised him to try to be president of the
It's about
United
vibe.
States.
It's about affect.
But, but the vibes were more like, oh, I'd like to have a beer with you. Even you're the son of this incredibly wealthy, incredibly powerful political family over generations and generations, and you've literally been molded into this little political animal. But because he was able to pull off the everyman vibe, he,
Listen,
won
Kerry,
the beer track vote.
It's not like Kerry was came from nothing. It's like he also married into a $500 million Heinz fortune and started wind sailing and taking up. He was obsessed with the idea that he was JFK, and it came to he did not have even close to the gravitas of JFK. But second, it's like when you put that up, especially in the modern political environment, that stuff is not going to work. So my advice to Ramaswamy, Buttigieg, and any future kid who is like me, who's was doing cringeworthy stuff like this, is don't do it. Actually, you really don't want to. If that's something that you have if you have any hope of going forward in politics.
My advice would be, it's okay to do it, but have some core of principles and values and ideology that you actually, because that's also comes through. If I think about Kamala, where she was changing messaging depending on the seasons, trying to have a brainstorming strategy session about what her core values are. That comes off. Where it's one thing to have ambition. Listen, we all have ambitions in different directions, whatever. It's another thing that your only ambition is about your ambition. It's not about doing anything. It's not about a greater good. It's not about any sort of value you want to put forward in the world. People can really see that, and it irks them. Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.
No. It's over. We're done. There's nobody even here. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm done with the stream. Goodbye.